Ding dong. Ooh. Hi. Hello. Happy Friday. It's Friday, Friday. Gotta get down on Friday. Everybody's looking forward to the weekend. Ooh. I hope that you're all I hope that y'all are looking forward to the stream today. We are getting ever so close to the end of Persona 3 Reload. So exciting. I'm so tongue-tied today. It's probably the half-hour lateness. But I'm I'm here to proudly announce that in between streams, I did in fact add more games to my backlog. So I think last time I streamed, I said that I had over 150 games on my backlog, and currently I have over 200. I have 211 games in there, to be exact. I officially went through my list of games that I accumulated on itch.io. It's like an indie game storefront, and they've done like a lot of juicy bundles for charity. So you would pay a certain amount of money, you'd get a bunch of games. So I actually did a thorough look into the games that I've accumulated on there, and I obviously didn't add all of them because that would be so many games. And but no, I just looked at the games that I just looked into them a little further. I took another peek at my like Steam, my Epic, because obviously with Epic you get free games every week, so I always like to check it out. Maybe I missed something when I put together the backlog. And so yesterday I was listening to The Glitch, the audiobook, and I just mindlessly started doing it. I started going through my itch library. I started going through everything. I think it was because they added more games on Prime Gaming, like if you have like Amazon Prime. And I was like, ooh, let me claim a few of these. I actually haven't seen what game is on Epic this week. But, you know, I just went through a lot of those and I was like, ooh, let me add this, let me add that. And then there were a few games that I initially was like, oh, I have this in my library, but like I want to play maybe the first one in the franchise. And then I said, no, actually, never mind. I figured it would be interesting as well to like play whatever game I actually own. And then, ooh, actually, these games look kind of interesting, so I'll add those later. I hope I don't forget. But actually, let me do that right now as I'm yapping a little bit. So yeah, what happened was there were some games on my library, like I have Assassin's Creed Origins, for example, and I have Inquisition, Dragon Age. And there's like a couple other games like that, like Roller Coaster Tycoon. I have 3 and not the first one. So I was like, oh, I should play the first one. But like, no, I can play the third one, for example, if it gets to that. And then, not if it gets to that. That sounds like I don't want to do it. Like, what I mean is, basically, how the games are going to get picked is basically going to be like fairly random. So, or very much random. So, you know, if I end up playing that, or when I end up playing that, then I can always add the first one, for example, to my wish list, and we can sort of check out the differences. There's nothing wrong with like getting into a franchise like at a midway point sort of thing, and then checking the other series out, the other entries out. Obviously, there's a few games that I would rather add like the first game on there, and if the game is available, or if I happen to have the game, or if it's a game that's not sold officially anywhere and I can just emulate it, then I can also just like do that, you know what I mean? So fun times, really fun times. 211 games, I think, is what I said. So there's some pretty wacky looking ones in there. There's some very interesting ones. There's some that like have like no ratings on like backlogged, for example. That's how like niche they are, because a lot of them are a few of the games that I added yesterday are obviously indies from itch.io. So I'm definitely very interested in checking those out. Also, I just added a couple games on not backlogged, on my Epic library for free, and I think I might add those to my backlog at some point. But yes, if you wanna check out my my backlogged, there's my official backlogged link, so you can check out my backlog. Obviously, you know what game I'm playing. You can also check out what games I've played. You can sort them however you want, by release date, by when I added them to the list, or by rating, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, that's a good resource to know like what games will be ahead for future playthroughs. I also have my wish list on there. It's not super updated because I have a few games that I haven't logged on backlog that are on my wish list, but exciting times ahead. I'm genuinely very excited to get into this backlog. It will be an ever evolving backlog, and what I mean by that is, like, if I end up looking at my list and I'm like, I actually don't want to play that game anymore, then I'll just fully take it out of the backlog. Or if there's a game that I really want to add, I will just add it to the backlog. So it is very I hold the right to add and delete the list at any given point. But it's exciting. I have some really exciting entries, and I went to bed really excited thinking about like the future playthroughs ahead and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited. And yes, in the meantime, we're very close to ending Persona 3 Reload. I have no idea when that will happen exactly, however, but I do know that it will be happening. Maybe, like, I don't know if it will happen before the end of the month, but it could. I don't know. I actually don't know. It will really depend on how things go moving forward, or, you know, in the next few streams, or whatever the case may be. So we shall see. I'm not in a hurry at all. I know that I just talked about the future and the games that are coming up, but I am in no hurry to play other games. Because I'm having a great time with Persona 3 Reload as well. So yeah, which we will be playing more of right now, actually. Let me just switch on the scene. Very exciting times ahead. Here we are. Hold on, let me put the chat in somewhere I can see it properly. But yes, here we are. We're in Tartarus. We have this is actually like very critical in the game. So what happened last time, also I updated the playlist so that it has the old VODs and also the newer ones from this channel. So fun times there. It's also in the description if you want to like catch up on or watch old playthrough or old entries in this playthrough. It's also in the description, so check that out if you want. What I was gonna say was, last stream was the infamous time for us. I guess I can talk and set up my team for us to get back into Tartarus shenanigans. But what happened last time was we made it to New Year's Eve. That was when the big decision was gonna take place, and we did it. We decided on keeping Ryoji, aka the Death Appraiser, alive. and we intend on fighting the goddess of death herself, Nyx. So that will be happening at the top of Tartarus at the end of the in-game month of January. I don't know why I keep clarifying that. It's not like y'all are gonna watch this and be like, wait, we have to wait until actual January. No. But so this is the first time ever we've gotten a like a deadline. Like, we have to make it to the top of Tartarus by the end of this particular time frame, or else we aren't going to be able to fight Nyx and the world is just going to end. So very high stakes right now in Persona 3 Reload. We're going to enter the final area in this game. We have officially unlocked all of the areas of Tartarus. The path towards the staircase has opened up. You can advance further now. We don't know what's waiting ahead, so please be careful going forward. Stay tuned for more from the mighty Junpei. Little does he know he hasn't done anything yet. We just got here. Oh shit. This definitely feels more epic. This definitely is giving final area for sure. Leader, can you hear me? It seems there are multiple gatekeeper types up ahead. We'll need to defeat them all. I'm getting powerful readings from all of them, but we can manage, right? Of course. You're right. I mean, we've finally made it this far. It's reassuring to hear though, Juice-kun. Our goal is the summit of this tower. Let's take it one step at a time. Yeah, we don't have to do it all in one sitting, but we definitely have to do it within the next 29 in-game days. So we definitely have to keep up some pace. And we shouldn't really waste any like in-game time for sure. I can sense everyone's strengthened resolve as we head into the final battle. Oh, okay. So this also, I keep saying this all the time, but whatever. This happened in Persona 4 as well. I played Persona 4 Golden before. I keep mentioning at least once a stream. And like towards the end, the group S-Link, they kept like at very easily just kept giving away like new rank ups towards the end. So Nyx Annihilation Team, rank 2. We just unlocked this last time because we picked this ending. Well then, please continue onward. Make sure to be careful as you keep going and don't push yourself too hard. Oh my god. This is really cool. This is really cool, actually. I really do enjoy this new area. Before I forget, let me actually give Yukari and Fuka some juicy SP. Very important. I wonder if the end of this will be like 250 or 300 or something. I really wonder what the number will be for the full amount of floors here. Oh, this is a fierce fucking shadow. It's like a peacock back. Divine Mother. Kind of iconic if you ask me. I think I'm gonna let Yukari take care of the healing for this one, because Koromaru is has been charmed. Koromaru is very confused, but there's nothing that Yukari can't do, okay? If there's someone who can fix it all, it would be Yukari. Damn, you can tell these enemies are getting tougher towards the end, because now there's like, oh, there's no, what do you mean there's no weaknesses? Very interesting. I wonder if I can poison them. That would be great. But yeah, what are y'all up to on this day? I hope that you're having a good one. I'm having a good one for sure. I'm definitely I don't know, I feel like so excited and invigorated to play all these games that I've never played for the first time in front of y'all, and there's probably, I think there's a couple games in there that I have played, so I might change that a little bit. I might change how I do the list. But I'm really excited. I think it all just sort of came together, like me putting together the backlog and then having to not really start from scratch on here, but having to, you know, move on to a different platform and do things a little differently, I suppose. Definitely, I don't know, makes it even more exciting. Like, it would have been... it's still the next game is game number 75, I think. And it's still gonna be that. Like, nothing takes away all of the... nothing's gonna take away all of the work that I've done over the course of the last few years on Twitch. So, you know, it's rather exciting to get the opportunity to continue on here. And I also would like to say thank you to all of the support on this channel and to everyone who has been showing up to the streams, like old and new friends. I really appreciate it. My channel has been sort of on like a little bit of a limbo for quite a long time, so it feels good to kind of reinvigorate the channel again and for it to feel alive again, and to see it like grow again, you know, like it's a really nice feeling. So thank you for like being a part of that. If you're watching this as I am doing it live, or if you watch it later as a VOD, I really appreciate it. I really, really do. Because you can't take away any of this for granted. At least I don't think I can. So I'm definitely very thankful for all the support. But yeah, I mean, if you do check out that list, I might add it on to like a permanent position on my descriptions, my backlogged. But I'm very curious to hear from y'all, like what games from that list you're looking forward to seeing from me. And also what games y'all would love for me to play in the future, you know, because there's so many. And I've only added one game per franchise on my backlog, so there's like a ton of Final Fantasy games. There's let's just say there's a few games from a few franchises that I really, really want to play. So don't get discouraged if like you don't see like your favorite Final Fantasy game on there, because I'll start with 2 and then I'll add like, you know, 3 and 4 and 5 and so on and so forth as I play through them, because I didn't want to spam like a bunch of games from the same franchise. So I'll play one at a time. Whichever ones I own, I go with like the earliest releases first, and so on and so forth. So, yeah. Very exciting times. Oh, I probably could have tried doing a regular attack there, because maybe I could have done a critical. Because sometimes when they already have like an ailment, if you do a physical attack, there's a higher chance of inflicting a critical move. Oh my god. Not everyone getting gotten. This is definitely going to be a slow climb for sure, because I can already sort of predict that my girlies are going to go through it. I mean, if every single battle is going to be like this, then we're definitely in for some trouble. Hey Fran, how's it going? Good morning. Ooh, these cards look juicy. Your first attack will be more than doubled on the next battle. Angelic Grace. Personas up to 5 levels above yours can be fused until you leave Tartarus. Ooh, I should really try that actually. Because I have been thinking about how I haven't done any fusions in a second. So I probably should do a little bit of that. If I hope I don't forget about it, but we should really do that before I leave Tartarus for this attempt, for this go, for this in-game day. But yes, good morning. I hope you're doing well. Yesterday I did end up going to the Francesinha festival. Francesinha is a Portuguese dish, very common in, it's traditional to the Porto district, the Porto area. I think that's kind of our specialty, I suppose. So, hold on, I can type it in the chat. It translates to the Little French. So it's spelled like that. It's a very meaty sandwich that you actually eat with a fork and knife, because it's like very meaty. It has like fresh sauce. It can have a lot of different things. Like everyone makes it differently, but it has like the one we ate yesterday was like a stone oven sort of moment, so it was very good. I'm like, my mouth is watering as I think about it again. It was so good. But yeah, it's very meaty. It has like so it goes into the oven so that the cheese, like there's cheese on top of it that melts. It's almost like a coating of cheese. And then you serve it with fries. You dip the fries in the juicy sauce, and the sauce is like, I can't really fully tell you, but it's like, everyone makes it differently. That's kind of what makes the dish special, is because every restaurant sort of tweaks the recipe in their own way. And yeah, it goes. Some of the sauces have beer in them. I know that a lot of people drink like beer or soda with it, so it's a very meaty sort of moment. I mean, me and Mama Ruby, we ate it for lunch, and we ended up like literally not eating anything else like until like dinner time. So we like ate it at like 1 p.m. and we didn't eat anything else until like 8 p.m. Like, that's how full we were. Yes, stuffed, mama. Stuffed. Just how I like to be. Aww. Mm-mm. But yeah, a lot of places you filled with meats. Yes. A lot of people would definitely eat it with beer, so it's a very common pairing. Very good, very juicy. Definitely recommend if you ever come to Portugal, specifically the Porto area or the northern area, I suppose. I mean, it's probably good no matter where you go, to be honest, because there's probably specialty places everywhere. But I mean, in Porto, chances are, like any other place that serves a francesinha would slay it. Serve it to me at RubyCon 2024. Not RubyCon 2024. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really go to TwitchCon, can I? So, I guess I would have to go to literally any other convention. I feel like we would have to figure something out for that to happen. I've never been to a convention. That's something I would love to change. But I have not. Wow, this area is so cool. I love this, like, chic, cunty little staircase. A ball pit? Of course my community would be playing with balls. Me either. Yeah, I wanna change that. I mean, there used to be a convention near one of the places I worked at. But I think they moved it. So they used to do Comic Con, Portugal Comic Con. They used to do it near, like, there was a convention center near a mall I used to work at. But so that was the closest I had to being at a convention. It was like working the counter and serving pizza slices to cosplayers and Comic-Con attendees. It's been a long road, but we've made it so far. Let's stay calm and keep at it, one step at a time.
Oh, there's a treasure chest.
Oh my god, we are in the trenches. SP-wise, girl. I was the NPC, please. Not the NPC. Ice cream so good. I wonder if that girlie still
Everyone's so much stronger now.
streams on TikTok. Do y'all remember that? What was the other thing she would say? Like, so yummy, like whatever. Like that. Are you aware of the NPC streamers on TikTok? It's a very interesting genre of streaming. You're 3 hours away from Chicago, so it would have to be a day trip. Oh, I see. Thank you for the 100 hot dogs. Oh my god. There was one person. I don't remember if I actually saw the video or if I just read about it. But they were like complaining to their community to like stop sending them a particular thing, cuz I don't know if they were tired or I don't know if they were in public or something, and they were like, you guys got to stop. Like I was like, "Oh, not the NPC streamer getting mad." Not glizzy mode, please. And he went crazy like he was slurping meat. Oh lord. Oh lordy. Not that. Not glizzy mode. Jesus Christ. That's really funny though. That's really funny. I wonder what those people will feel about it in a few years. I mean, listen. They make a lot of money. Some of those NPC streamers, they make a lot of money. Because all of the things that people send to them, those are like paid for. So, they are earning good monies. But I do wonder if they'll feel a certain kind of way in a few years. Like, oh god, those were some tough times. Like I wonder what they'll feel about it. But I mean, hey, the money is in the account, so does it really matter at that point? Maybe not. You would for a check too. I don't know. I'm too I'm that type of person where like when people tell me to do something, and I think that's the I think that it's just called autism. But like when someone tells me to do something, my brain immediately is like, and now I don't want to do it. Like I don't know what it is, but it always happens. So like I feel like I would do very poorly at like people sending me specific things to prompt me to do specific things. Like ugh. I'm very much a yapper through and through, so I feel like if I was like mid conversation and people were like spamming a bunch of shit to shut me up, I would be so annoyed. Pathological demand avoidance. That's it. That's what it is. Yes. It's so annoying to deal with. Like I get it. Like it's annoying on my end too, because sometimes, like for example, I'll wake up and be like, today I'm gonna clean my room, and then like Mama Ruby will be like, you should clean your room sometime, and all of a sudden, or like you should clean your room today or something, and all of a sudden I'll be like, suddenly I don't want to do it. Like it's so weird. It's so annoying.
Don't overdo it, okay?
Yeah, everyone is like going through it. I don't really have a lot of like I don't have like a lot of items to help with the SP situation here. Fellow yapper here. I love to yap. Even at points where I'm like, I don't think anybody cares about this. I will keep on going, mama. Can't stop, won't stop. It's fun to yap. Yeah, there's not that many conventions that happen here. But I think it would be cute to attend one, at least just to get the experience. That and like a festival, like a music festival, like I've never been. Like there's never been a festival where like somebody who like, I know some people attend like music festivals just to attend them. Like they don't really care. Like they go for the vibes. They don't necessarily go for like a specific artist or anything like that. But I feel like if I'm gonna spend that much money and go through all the trouble of going to a festival, like there's gotta be at least one artist that I'm like really into that I wouldn't be able to see, you know, in any other scenario, right? But yeah, that's never really happened. Like there's never been like a festival lineup here that has been like, oh my god, I gotta go see them, you know? Without a single soul telling me I talk too much, I was voted the most talkative in high school. And it haunts me to this day. Listen, not everyone is born with the art of the yap. So, it's a blessing. They may have not recognized it as such, but it is a blessing. At least that's what I'm gonna tell myself anyways. That's what I would tell myself.
I'm still setting up. It'll take a little more time to do this.
I was actually I was too quiet. Well, it really depends though, cuz sometimes like I'm a pretty quiet person by nature. But you know, like sometimes teachers would impose like assigned seats, and they always without it happened to me every single year of my school life. They thought that pairing up a quiet kid with a yapper, or like with an extroverted kid, would make it so that the extroverted kid wouldn't, I guess, be as comfortable yapping as much or something. But what they didn't know is that I am a hidden yapper. So whoever extrovert they paired next to me, they would be desperate for a chat, so they would just like try to talk it up with me, and I would, most times, 99% of the times, I would end up sort of bonding with the person next to me. So it always made the teacher's efforts completely void, because it was like, oh, they're just gonna yap anyways. And so it always reflected poorly on me, because they would be like, oh, you know, they would be so quiet, but like not anymore. And it's like, well, okay, you put a yapper next to me, which unlocked my inner yapper, and then you don't want me to talk? Like, sorry, that's not gonna happen. I am so sorry to say, that's not how that works. Wait, that's you? Like, which one? The yapper or the hidden yapper? To me, it was always so obvious when the teachers would like separate people. It was also so fucked up. Like, I'm sorry, maybe you should make your class more interesting rather than separating people's friend groups. Because like, what would occur sometimes is like they would sit me next to someone who like makes fun of me or whatever, and it's like, well, thanks, like, great, now I have to sit next to like Loki, a bully. You're the hidden yapper. Yeah, I always yes, I was always the good kid they'd put the bad kids with. Yes. With me, it wasn't always the bad kids. To me, it was like sometimes they would put like a girl next to me, because they would either be like, oh, they're or they thought like there's no way the girls will be interested in them. But I would just be like, I would make friends with the girlies, so like that wouldn't work. It's so funny, like their little strategies to try to get us to like be less yappers, and it almost always never worked.
Oh, hello.
Because like the people who are natural yappers and extroverts, like they'll be desperate for a chat, so like they'll be like, you know what, I'll talk with you. You know. And it would make for some improbable, like, I wouldn't say friendships, but it would make for some interesting pairings, because I would end up getting along with a few people that I would get paired with. Oh. Okay, I was like, that was very close. They either got me or I got them, and turns out they got me.
What's this weird feeling? Can you snap her out of it?
Oh, we have to snap her out of it, because she's our only hope. No, don't shoot me. Oh my god. Okay, Junpei, that works actually.
That's a knockdown from Super-kun.
I don't think it was interesting, because I don't think most of the times they cracked the code and put me next to like a dude that I didn't get along with. I don't think it was until high school that they did that. But we ended up sort of like getting along a little, so it didn't really work the way that they planned for. But I hated that because it's like you're gonna take away the person I'm comfortable sitting next to just to like, you're gonna take my comfort away for the sake of like class being quieter, I guess. Like, oh, I hated it so much. Cause I just wanna like sit in a corner and not talk to anybody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I just wanna sit in a corner. Oh, where would you sit in class? Cause I thankfully had the excuse of being tall, so I could always sit towards the back, or like at the literal back, because people wouldn't be able to see if I was like sat in front of them directly. So that was fun. But usually, I mean, I would naturally gravitate towards the back, so being tall ended up being a little bit of a blessing, because I just had to sit towards the back anyways. Because they couldn't justify sitting me in the front and people not being able to see like the whiteboard or whatever, you know what I mean? Your mom was a teacher? Oh god, meaning you were too scared to act out. Oh no. Not that. That is rather tragic. So whenever they needed one less bad kid, oh god.
Let's do the same thing for our next fight.
In college, you're always the second back row. Yeah. I feel like that would be me too. But I did, like, in middle school, when I wasn't like when I wasn't like tall enough that I would be blocking. Well, I was still tall, but I feel like I think there were like a couple times in middle school where I was sat like towards the front, but like on the side, like in a corner, so that I wouldn't like cover anyone's view. I feel like they tried that a couple times as well. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, definitely. I mean, and there was one in yeah, that happened in high school as well once. Like, I was basically like, I wasn't on the first row, but I was on the second row, because I feel like the people that they would pair me up with in the back, I would always end up yapping with them. So they were like, oh, I think they might also be part of the problem. They might also be part of the problem. So, yeah. There's a powerful enemy up ahead. Please be careful if you plan on taking it on. There were a couple teachers that kind of clocked me. Let's use what we learned as a lesson to teach them a lesson, and I'm here to help too. Girl, I have to go to the entrance and maybe switch around my team a little bit, because our SP is not looking good. Can I heal SP with this? Oh, you have to use Twilight Fragments. Oh. I don't even have enough to use it. Damn. So I think, oh, I would hate to take Yukari away, but like, without any SP, she can't really heal. Oh. So Koromaru has to sit out for sure. And Yukari as well. Do I have any? I think Ken can heal people, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's not. How do I check? Okay, there you go. Yes, he can heal everybody. So I'll add Ken. And then I'll add Mitsuru. Junpei can stay because he has a good amount of SP. But I think Akihiko actually... I think Akihiko might actually be the one that I want to put on the team, because he does have healing as well. So let me bring him too. actually. And Junpei can stay for now. Although I can bring Mitsuru because she's like lower level. There you go. Perfect. This is usually the time I would kind of sit out of Tartarus, but we haven't been in there for that long. So I'm just gonna go until maybe we hit another two-way teleporter. And then I'll do like a couple in-game days, and then we'll come back to Tartarus maybe or something. We'll see. We'll see. I'll keep going until maybe like everyone sort of like runs out of of SP. I talk on the game at all, but I only watched a few episodes of this. Oh, honestly, we don't have to talk about the game at all. We're just climbing up the Tower of Tartarus because what you need to know right now is that our current objective is to climb to the top of Tartarus before the end of the month, because that's when Nyx, the goddess of death, will spawn, and we'll get the opportunity to fight her and maybe avoid the world ending. So that's sort of our goal here. We have to make it to the top of the tower before then.
Could I scan on this enemy?
But yeah, I'm down to Yap. I'm down to Yap. The world not ending is rather juicy, I would say. I would say the world not ending is kind of cunty. We've been told it's impossible to like not die. Like we're definitely gonna die. That's what we were told. But I don't know. I'm gonna defy the odds. I would like to defy the odds. And we shall see. But yeah, what are you up to today? I know you said you just woke up, so do you have any juicy plans for the day? Oh, come on. Not this. Not the full heal. Absolutely not.
What to do?
Well then.
Never mind.
You have to work in 4 hours until 11 p.m. Oh. Well, I hope you have a lovely day at work. I appreciate you being here before work. I really do. It's very cool to like somehow be part of like people's like routine, like part of people's day, you know what I mean? Like it's so cool. I really appreciate that. 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. Oh my god, this bitch needs to stop healing. Like, what the fuck?
And now?
So annoying. I wonder if it will like stop healing at some point. I wonder if that's an option. I honestly love waking up and you're on. I appreciate that. It's funny that I mean that's the beauty of time zones, I guess. Because yeah, I mean it's definitely not morning for me. So it's cool that I'm sort of like end of the afternoon, and for y'all it's like beginning of the day for some of y'all. It's really neat. I really always appreciate it. Like some people watch like before work, like you, Fran. Some people watch at work, like in between, you know, things if they work a desk job, or some people like put on the stream while they're commuting, or you know, it's very nice. I always really appreciate it because it's so cool. Like y'all could be doing literally anything with your day, with your time, and y'all are spending it here, so it's like really neat. If I worked a typical office job, this wouldn't have happened. Yeah. I mean, yeah, some people work from home as well. I know that a lot of companies have been sort of lifting like the work from home sort of I don't even want to say privileges, because it's, to me it's so silly. Like as a company, why would you want to pay money for like and like pay rent on a big office space when you could literally just have your employees working from home? Like if they can get their job done at home, like why do you have to like do an in-person thing? Like to me it doesn't, like, you know what I mean? Like we already figured it out. Like why do we have to go back to how things were? Like it's so silly. And then it's also the bitches that are posting on TikTok and on social media that are being like, huh, look at me fake pretending to work while like working from home, and it ruins it for everybody else. Stop being silly gooses. It's like the people like openly posting like, you know, illegal links to watch things. Like shut up, keep that to yourself. You're gonna get those websites taken down, diva. Like Jesus. Like do you not have any etiquette? Like if I had an office job and if I was working from home and I wasn't doing shit at home, I wouldn't even say a little peep to anybody. I wouldn't even, I couldn't even think of posting that on social media to be like, yeah, I'm not doing any work and I'm being paid to do nothing and I am taking naps in the middle of my workday. Bitch, I could never imagine like advertising that on social media and then for these companies to go back on their word and be like, actually you have to work at the office. So people are very silly. Hey, can you hear me? Oh, cool. Looks like we're already connected. Yo, how it goes? Not how it goes. How goes? Sounds like you guys are on a roll. Ryoji was saying there's no way we could win, but the way things are going, this will be a cakewalk. I'm just kidding, but it would be sweet though. It might just be a cakewalk. Actually, yeah. Even after all that doom and gloom about how we're gonna lose, you're not even phased. You're something else, man. You might even give me a run for my money over who's MVP. Oh, Junpei, I am so sorry to announce, but you're literally not even on the list of people that I'm even considering if I were to name someone the MVP. Don't get me wrong, I know he was serious when he said we couldn't beat Nyx, so I'm gonna laugh my ass off when we prove him wrong. Well, yes. I can sense everyone's strengthened resolve as we head into the final battle. Oh, okay. Every time we hit like a border floor, we're gonna rank up. Okay, I see how it is. Cool. Companies hate freedom or fun. Yes. It's because managers won't have a job anymore. I disagree. I feel like I feel like people could, and I mean they had to do it during the pandemic. Like you can manage and keep up with and like motivate your team and get everyone on track without like being there in person, you know? Like I think it speaks to a talented manager, I would say, if they're able to get everyone on track and if they're able to be organized so they can do it easily from home. To me, it's so silly. Like, why wouldn't you want to work from home? I'm sorry. I know some people probably didn't have like a proper office space or like a corner or something, and they probably have their kids at home, and it probably would make things more complicated. But like, girl, please. I didn't know we had like co-working spaces here too. Like apparently you can like, they have like an office. I've seen it before, like an office building, and I don't know if you have to pay an admission or something to like be there during the afternoon, but it's like a co-working place, but like it's not like they're actual co-workers, just for people who I guess work from home or whatever, to for them to like work in a space where they're around other people. I'm like, why would you want that? I'm like, why would you want that? Like, I'm sorry, if I can be comfy at home and like work in like, you know, wearing my clothing, my lounge wear, like I will do so. Okay. My thing is, people will go into the office and do the online shopping on the clock, but it's okay because they're at work, TM. No, literally, like, it's not like the fact that they're at the office doesn't mean that they're going to be working more. Actually, I think it was actually proven that people actually worked more at home because they, like, because they would work more often, like, outside of their working hours. Like, for example, if they were to get off at work, or if they were to get off from work at 5, for example, but they were working from home, oftentimes people would actually like continue doing or finishing their job even after like 5 or something. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it's their loss, but yeah, I mean, people can still like just sit on their ass and do nothing. But, you know, as long as they're at the office, I guess it's okay. Like, girl. All right, people. All the best to you. If you're in a pinch, you know who to call. Literally anyone else but you. Yeah. Yeah.
Persona represents the strength of my heart. And from here on, my heart will never falter. I bet we'll find something good in there.
All right, Mitsuru. For me, it's because if I'm too comfy at home, I'm not working. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Who should I give the sandals to? Hold on. I'll have to investigate. I mean, well, immediately equipping that to Juicy. Like, why would I give that to literally anybody else? They proved 4-day weeks were more productive when I was in high school. So where did that go? No, literally. No, literally. I think over here and in some European countries they are actively testing the 4-day week, 4-day work week. I don't know. Some people are against it. Some people are like, oh, you would get less done or like whatever. And I'm like, girl, do you not want more free time? But people spin this rhetoric of like, nobody wants to work these days. Like everyone wants to work less and less. Like what's next? Like a 3-day work week? And I'm like, girl, y'all are too work obsessed. Y'all need to like... Y'all need to actually use your brains for once and not be like, yeah, my meaning in life is working. Like y'all need to open your minds. It's still a ways off, but I'm picking up a strong enemy on a floor above yours. I'm anticipating a tough fight, so we'll want to be ready.
I think we're starting to get somewhere.
Work culture makes me sick. Work culture sucks. Because it's the people that are being directly targeted by capitalism who are actively defending it, and it pisses me off.
More than that.
Like, oh, you like not being there for your family because you have to work 24/7. Okay, that's cool, I guess. And also, why would you complain about like the possibility of having more time off from work? Like that's like what? That just tells me you hate yourself and maybe you're also family. What is it like in Portugal? The USA is, well, it's bad here. Like the work culture.
Be a good test of your strength. Don't get careless.
I think I mean, it's hard for me to tell you if it's good or if it's bad because it's all I know, right? I think it's better than the US from what I've gathered. Like people get paid time off. There's like companies have to give people a certain amount of days off every year. And you know, when people have kids, they get to have a specific amount of time off from work as well. So I can't say that it's as bad as the horror stories I've heard from people who are in the US, but I mean it's still like a work culture, you know what I mean? Like so I think I forget how much it is, but I think if I recall correctly, I think the parents get to either I think it's like 3 months. However, like they get to manage those 3 months within the couple. So for example, they can have both the mom and dad be off of work for like a month and a half each. I forget. I think it's 3 months. I'm pretty sure it's 3 months. So they can either split it, like the mom gets if we're talking about a heterosexual couple, the mom can get like a month and a half off and the dad can get a month and a half off, or they can do like the dad gets a month and then the mom gets 2 months, you know what I mean? So like they can split it or they can kind of work it out however they please. I think it's up to like the couple to sort of manage that. I think as a collective they get 3 months. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's how that works. Unless that has changed. Like I don't know. I've never really had to know that because you know. But I'm pretty sure that's how that works. I think.
That was excellent leadership. Keep up the good work.
I mean, either way, the mom always gets like at least a few days because of like recovering from giving birth and all that stuff. So the mom always usually gets priority, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I forget how that works. I think that's how that worked with my parents, but I don't know if they've updated that in recent years.
Persona's ready. That helps.
Thanks.
Oh my god, stop attacking each other. Oh my god. Yeah, this enemy is so cunty.
The enemy's charmed you. Please, we're on your side.
I don't think I have the amount of SP required. I only have 15 SP. I don't think I have the amount required to heal everybody. Nope, I certainly don't. I hope I have an item for that. No, that's down. I want to fix all ailments besides KO for all allies. Okay, yes, I can do that. Okay. Alrighty. I can work with that.
I've already scanned this one.
And then you need to heal everybody again. But yeah, I think it's very limited, but some companies here have started like testing a 4-day work week, but I'm pretty sure our oh my god, I forget what they're called. Like the person in government in charge of like labor like labor and labor laws and stuff like that. I don't think they're interested. They haven't shown interest in that, even though the experiments for the 4-day work week have gone positively. They haven't really shown like outward interest in pursuing that further into like actually making it like a countrywide thing. So there's that. To me, it's just so silly. Like, if that's clearly working in other countries around the world, and if the experiments have worked well here, why wouldn't you be interested in having less work time? Like, why wouldn't you want to work less? To me, that's wild. Like, I think sometimes, and I think that's I don't know if it's a thing that people have here specifically, but oftentimes people have this sort of thing where like, no, I like to work. I'm not like those lazy people at home who rely on government subsidies and all this stuff. Like they're like very out loud and proud about like, yeah, I like to work. I'm not afraid to work. Like I like to work. I'm like, okay, girl, like sure, I get it. You hate yourself. Like, cool. Like, good for you, I guess. You want to teach ESL mostly so you can make your own hours and work from home. That's very cunty. One thing, excuse me. One thing that I really like about streaming is that you do your own hours, you know? Like you if you need a day off, you take a day off, but it's also very like, you don't have really any benefits, and you're not really putting much into like your retirement and stuff like that, you know? Like, so it's not really like I do this, I don't do it for the money and for the benefits. I do it because I really love this. And YouTube also rewards watch time, so streaming on here just makes sense to me, even if, you know, if I had other options. Mitsuru gained experience. That's nice. Oh. Oh, wait, no. I thought it only gave her experience. I was like, what? I think it's like the no pain, no gain paired up with more pain is more gain, where it feeds their ego. Sometimes I don't even think it's that. I think some people genuinely believe that there's people like leeching off of like the government's like, I guess, subsidies and like, because we do have some, like, for people who don't have any, like, who don't earn any money and stuff like that, we have like government like support in that way where people can earn some sort of like small wage, but it's a very small wage, and people always I think it's a thing from the right. They always have this sort of narrative where like the people who don't want to work Yeah, the welfare queen. Yeah, they're always like, yeah, people relying on the welfare and leeching off of everyone else who works. And so I feel like there's a portion of people who are like, no, I work, I earn my money, I contribute to society by working. And it's like, yeah, I mean, amazing, good for you, but like, it to me, it's just always weird, and it's always associated with the right for me. When it's like, I'm not like. They usually have this rhetoric that immigrants come here super easily and they have their lives figured out and they have all this welfare and all this support from the government, so they're just like, and it's the narrative is always wrong, because it's like some people say the immigrants are clogging up our job market and they're taking our jobs, but then there's people who say that they're relying on welfare and they're relying on government support. So what's the truth, Mary? What's the truth? Well, let me tell you, the truth is that most of them are actually, I think they said that it was either 80 or 90% of people in our country who contribute to our social security are the people who, like, 80 or 90% of them are immigrants. So it's like, clearly the truth is that they're working hard and they came here to work, and they're clearly doing what they said they were gonna do. Like, they're not trying to fool anybody into like anything. It's just like, it's racist and xenophobic rhetoric and like fear mongering, and relying on people's fears of the different and the other, like they've spread, the alt-right over here has spread this narrative that like millions of euros have been spent over here into like for like gendered, like I don't even know what exactly they mean when they say like gender rhetoric or whatever. Like they say that millions have been spent for that, and it's like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Like, we barely even have like gender neutral bathrooms and shit like that. Like, what are you even talking about, girl? It's just like they just pull shit out of their ass, and I'm the gay one. Like, they're pulling shit out of their ass and I'm the gay one. But I mean, it's the same old rhetoric from everybody. Like, you're saying that the right is the same over there. Like, it's the same everywhere. It's the same everywhere. Like, they always have the same narrative of like getting people to be afraid of non-white people, and being afraid, and that their jobs are getting taken away, and that the immigrants are like evil people who are gonna hurt them and all this shit. And it's like, no, like no, they just like want to live the same type of life as literally everyone else. Like, I don't know. So it's weirdo energy. It's what it is.
I'm sure there's some
Oh my god, yeah, the critical race, the critical gender critical people, like, yeah, it's like a whole thing.
Another one of those doors.
But thankfully, I think that and usually a lot of those people and a lot of those alt-right like politicians and shit like that, they're the ones getting exposed all the time for like corruption and for like shady behavior and shady activity. So it's like, girl, you're just trying to detract attention from you because you're the one who's doing some fucked up shit on the side. And so yeah, I have no time for that sort of shit. Hey, Jam. Good to see you. Published icon, Jam. Yeah. Yeah. Congrats on the the things that got published. I don't know the right wording.
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
So good to see you too. Thanks so much. Of course, of course. Putting that PhD to work, mama. It's nice to find a streamer that's not a very misguided, ignorant gamer. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I mean, I will say
The enemy seems in
the other platform, the other streaming platform is actually a lot easier to find like LGBTQIA plus streamers than people who aren't like that typical,
it in me to scan right now.
you know, loser gamer who's very like,
I don't have it in me to
you know, racist or homophobic or, you know, insert
here. Be careful.
different type of prejudice here, like.
Strike attacks are no good here.
So yeah, I mean, I think it might be a little tougher to find that kind of space here on YouTube. But yeah, I mean, you never know. Things always change, and they can always change for the better. And so I'm very hopeful. Oh my God, please don't heal it.
Another senpai's getting aggressive. Please, just calm down.
Pleek. But yes, how's it going, Jam? It's good to see you. We're just climbing up Tartarus today.
Seems impenetrable to piercing.
We're just slaying away at these shadows. They're actually putting us to work today. We just opened up a new area and they're kind of kicking our ass a little bit, to be honest.
I'll end this.
They're kind of kicking our asses a bit.
Just watch.
Good. Just here, sitting at the microscope, tired and bored. Oh no.
I'm ready.
Not tired and bored. Well, I'm glad I can distract you a little bit from that. I think conservative people have been around forever, and things slowly, generally improve regardless. I think it's always like one step forward and two steps back sort of thing. Like, I unfortunately, with a lot of that stuff, I don't think it's usually like linear growth as much as I feel like we would love for it to be. But I do think that people feed off of those like insecurities that people have, and the fear of the unknown and shit like that, you know what I mean? You stayed up too late last night. Oh no.
Keep it together.
Sorry.
I'll end this.
What were you getting into late at night?
Good here. Be careful.
What were you doing?
What's the plan here?
We're doing a late night grinder sesh. Not this. Not this.
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
You don't have to say anything about that. Wouldn't you like to know? So that's a yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good work out there.
Yeah. Not the late night grinder, girl. you get some interesting characters doing a late night grinder situation. That's for damn sure. Because I used to go to bed super late. I used to go to bed super late. And so I would get bored and I would go on Grindr, and it was always like... It was always very interesting characters. Like very horny. Some of them very old. When I was on Grindr, I had so many olds reaching out to me. Like, and when I say olds, I don't mean like... I mean people like maybe late 40s, like above 45 at least. And I'm being generous when I say 45. Yeah, I'm the same, Jam. I don't fuck with the apps because they're not good for me. There's some evil to them. Chatting away on the phone. How nice. Yeah, Jam consistently does iconic shit every single day.
Look, there's a shadow.
And we love to see it. And is also the sweetest person in the world. Like, the sweetest, most supportive human in the world. That's Jam for you, right there.
Sorry.
I'll hit them
I
where
don't
it hurts.
have it in me.
Okay, that was very rude.
Go, Artemisia.
You go on Grindr with a faceless profile with no info other than 99-year-old, and people still message me. So you mean to tell me there could have been other people around my age that were just cosplaying as olds? No, because most of them, I'm saying that, I'm joking, but most of them would send like a picture. So I would be like, oh. They would send a picture of Grandpa Dick, and I'm like, ooh, I don't want Grandpa Dick. I don't want Grandpa Dick. You are not rotted in the least. Mama, if you're rotted, I'm the crypt keeper, okay? Like, if you are rotted, then Mama, I'm the boom boom rot. Mm-mm-mm.
A shadow.
I have come across many rotted people, and you are certainly not on that list.
Brace yourself.
Oh, not the hay. Please.
Of your strength. But don't get careless.
And then, like, in my early Grindr days, I would be like, oh, send me a picture. Because, like, 99% of the people that would interact with me on Grindr were, like, faceless profiles. So I'd be like, oh, send me a picture. And they would send me their cock and balls immediately. Like, oh, I would have to be like, oh, no, like, face pictures. And I'm not going to lie.
Sorry.
That happened, like, the first time that happened, I was like, oh, wait a minute, if I just say picture, they will send me nudies? Like, I don't even like, cause I thought like it was so obvious. Like, oh yeah, do you have like, can you send me a picture? That their go-to would be like show their face first, but no, they would like usually like if they're a bottom, they would be like spread ass, all fours, whole pick. To me, it was so funny, that sort of move of like, oh, you're gonna fool me, like you're gonna show me like a full ass nude with your face in frame to like a stranger you have no idea like who it is. Like that's, to me, that's wild.
Well, that's how we do it.
Oh, Grinder is so rotted. I'm just gonna meet men through the streams I frequent. I love that. Jam is just like watching streams and clicking on people's profiles like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I love that. I'm the girlie that sends another face pic when they ask me. Oh, literally. I've done that too. When they're like, do you have more pics? I'm like, yeah. And I just send them like another selfie. I'm like, yeah, I do. Here's my face. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going to send you anything. I don't even take nudes. Like, I don't even want that shit on my phone. That's so funny. Imagine if I actually did that. I'm too shy to even try that. I mean, also that would be assuming that everyone uses their actual face in their profiles.
One step at a time. Let's go.
I'm too much of a clown to like realize that people are flirting with me. I'm always just like, oh, they're so nice. And then later I'm like, wait, what are they flirting? I'm like, wait. Wait a minute. Was that a flirt? I am that clueless.
Strike attacks are no good here.
This will do the trick.
Same. I'm just like, oh, they're so nice. They're so nice to me.
Sorry.
Lordy.
Scan right now.
Get the clown car ready, girl, cuz I'm getting right in.
I'll use this.
You live in a college town, so it's people that are 18 to 23. I'm 31. Or 53 with no picture. No, literally. There's like no in between.
Scan right now.
No in between. Yeah, I don't want to get into specifics to like
Able to pierce it.
what I like the archetypes of people. But I mean, living in the district of Porto, you also get, at least for us, like we get a lot of like
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right
like tourists, like people who have it on their profile like, I'm gonna be like in town for a week, and I'm like, okay, work. Like, okay, cool.
I'll take care of this.
So that's always fun.
Sorry.
A visiting hoe. Not a visiting hoe.
The fight's over.
All right.
No, literally, Jam. The two clueless clowns. Because for me, I'm like, why would they flirt with me? Like, completely disregarding any sort of value or appealness, or not appealness, appeal. Disregarding any sort of appeal and any sort of positive traits that I may have. Like, why would someone flirt with me? Like, what? Like, why would they do that?
Stay on your toes.
But then I also don't flirt with anybody.
There's a chest.
Cause I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't wanna sound like too horny. I don't wanna, I don't wanna make them feel uncomfortable.
One step at a time.
So I'm also not someone who really knows what they're doing in that regard either.
Will this work?
When I say I want to travel more in the future, I mean being a visiting hoe. I love that.
Keep it together.
I don't have it in me to spell us. Oh, Nemi!
I let people approach me because of that, like, like me? You want me? Okay then. No, literally. But then, like, oftentimes people don't want to make the first move. Or, like, when people do, I'm like, oh, I'm not interested in you. Like, sometimes the people that I've had it, I mean, it doesn't happen super often. But it has happened before where, like, people would reach out to me. And I would be like, oh, I'm not interested in them. Like, oh, of course the people that I'm not interested in are the ones that do hit me up. But I mean, to be fair, the way that I'm so clueless, I could have had people who were interested in me and I was interested in them, and for me to just take their intentions as like, oh, they're so friendly. So, there's also that side of the coin.
That teleporter can take us back to the entrance.
So ain't that fun? All the clueless girlies unite.
Shadow.
Speaking of, I've never seen Clueless.
Do this.
They're weak, but don't be careless.
One step at a time.
Nobody asked, but nobody asked, but the word just sort of triggered that in my brain.
Slashing won't work. Don't bother with swords.
I'm ready.
You got this, Amado?
No problem. And now? This is it. Keep it up, Amado.
Enemy down!
In the early stages of Twitch, there would be people like fully like, I mean, I think it still happens, like the people who are like blatantly flirting with the streamer, and that's always been sort of weird to me. Especially, I think before, in the beginning stages when I was more of a twinky twink, and I identified as a he/him. I would get more of the vibes of like people like being a little outwardly flirty, being like, oh, you're so cute, you're so this, you're so that. Like, it didn't happen super often, don't get me wrong, but it happened, like, it would happen a little more regularly than, after I came out as non-binary. That kind of made things dry up quite a bit, but but it would always make me feel kind of like weird, because it's like I'm not like really like, I'm not like, it made me feel like a cam girl, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't mean it as like I don't mean it as it being derogatory, but to me it felt like so one-sided and so like, like, what are you expecting? You're just watching a Twitch stream, I'm playing a video game. Like, what are you expecting? For me to be like super flirty back to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know. To me, it's just always sort of rubbed me the wrong way when people are like, to me it's fine when it's like a fun sort of like like a cute flirty or a fun flirty where it's not maybe super overt and like sexual.
Wait, but don't be careless.
Parasexual is very much the vibe, yes. I mean, I think parasexual definitely falls into the parasocial of it all. Because it's like people building a connection with, like a one-sided connection with a person. And I guess for some people it would involve, you know, sexual thoughts and feelings and concerns. Hopefully not concerns, but thoughts and feelings and needs, I guess. So yeah. Yeah. I always talk about the infamous time I was offered progress pics, and I didn't know, like, this was like a Discord conversation with like a person who's no longer part of my community, and they were like, oh, I've been going to the gym, or I've been like working out more, because it was one of those things where I was like, hey, what's everyone up to? And this person was like, oh yeah, I've been like working out more often, going to the gym. And they were like, oh, I'd share some progress pics on here, but I'll just DM them to you if you want. And I was like, yeah, like send me your progress pics. Like, I was like, okay, like assuming they would just be like it would be like maybe a shirtless thing, or them like flexing, or a little before and after. It was like fully them in their like underwear, and I was like, oh. I was like, oh, right. Like, that's how stupid I am. That I was like, oh yeah. It's definitely like an innocent exchange of them just sending me like a before and after of them, you know, like. Oh my god. And I mean, I was expecting like a mildly flirty situation. Like, I'm not that silly, you know, like I was expecting like maybe at the bare minimum like a shirtless moment, but when confronted with like an underwear pic, I was like, ooh. I was like, ooh, all right. Especially because, like, to give you further context, this was someone who oftentimes talked about like going to church and, you know, like being involved in church and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, like so that probably, you know, helped my perception of being like, oh yeah, they're definitely not gonna, you know, be in their underwear. So that's fun. But yeah, I've also come across like gays that just don't know how to behave, because it's like people who are like mildly attractive that just send me like a super hypersexual like message, and I'm like, a part of me is like, if you just said hello and how are you, and if you just like complimented me and were just like nice and kind, and you kind of built to like flirting, this would have been a much different interaction. But I guess some people just can't keep it in their pants. Girl, we're in the trenches. Not the youth pastor sending you undies pics. I don't think they were a youth pastor. I don't think it was like that. I don't think it was that. It wasn't that juicy of a situation. I think they were. I think they were just like involved. I forget. I think they worked like at a church. I forget like. I forget the specifics, but I think they like worked at a church or something like that. Like, it wasn't like they were like a priest or anything of the sort, or like a youth pastor or anything. Yeah. No, this was like, I mean, it was definitely within my 20s, because I started streaming a bit into my 20s. So yeah. It was definitely not like an inappropriate like thing like that. It was just more of like I saw this person as like more of a not necessarily conservative in a bad thing, but I saw them as like because their whole thing in like a lot of their interactions were kind of like them sort of being in the closet and having sort of like, you know, like church guilt and you know, like it was very those sorts of vibes. So but I guess I mean, I guess those people can get very freaky as well, I suppose. Not that, you know, the progress pic of them sending me an undie, of the progress pic being them in their underwear is that, like, freaky, I guess. But you know what I mean. Because I don't think it is that freaky of an interaction of like, oh, how dare they? Because like, I was like, yeah, okay, this does qualify as like a progress pic. Yeah. The DL girlies clawing at the walls. Yeah. Definitely that type of vibe. Ready to bark? Not ready to bark. That's funny. Yeah, I need to get on a teleporter and leave because our SP is at an all-time low. We're just sort of going through it. And I think it also doesn't help that I can't just like do like the casual thing, like the random hookup with a stranger. Like I feel like I could definitely do a casual thing if it's like after getting to know somebody and building some sense of trust in that person, but like doing like a, you know, stranger hookup sort of situation to me is like completely out of the equation. But I mean, I'm not at all judging people who do it, because like I also see the appeal in that, because it's like, you know, everyone can get their HP and SP fully restored. That's actually perfect, because I was gonna leave because I didn't have I needed to heal my SP. That's actually perfect. Oh my god.
A victory well earned.
So yeah, like I don't see a problem with that, and I definitely wouldn't judge, because I do what I was gonna say is I do see the appeal in that. Like that's sort of like no strings attached sort of interaction with somebody where it's like both parties are just interested in sex and getting that done, and you know, like even getting more proficient in the art of the sex, you know, and you just sort of get to practice with like a stranger, you know. Like I definitely get the appeal in that, but yeah, I'm more of a person who's like a hoe in theory. Like I'm always like making sexual jokes and like hee hee ha ha, but I feel like I'm more of a like I have to get to know someone first and sort of build a sense of trust in them before I get vulnerable with them like that, because I for me at least I see sex as like a very vulnerable thing. But I mean, everyone has their own perceptions of it, and that's totally fine. And I actually love hearing different takes and different opinions and experiences on that too. So like I love hearing the different perspectives. The toot and boot situation, always not toot and boot situation. That's a really funny way to put it. that's a really funny way to put that. Has always felt very empty and ends too quickly. 1 out of 20 times it was good. Not 1 out of 20. That's very low odds. Sometimes the NSA stuff. Oh, no strings attached stuff. Got it. Is them wanting to masturbate but with your body and not their hand. Yeah. I mean, I that's essentially it, right? It's like they're just horny. And instead of just watching prawn, they, you know, they want to do the real thing with a real person. And I get it. I understand.
The enemy seems impenetrable to piercing.
I think it's just tricky when maybe you would want more out of the interaction, you know. I will say though, one thing about people on Grindr is that they're very, like, at least from my experience, they're very clear with their communication. They're like, I'm looking for just sex, and I'm like, okay, I was looking into something more serious than that. And they're like, okay, cool, but that's not gonna happen with me, so are you in or not? And I'm like, nope. And they're like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, at least like I can appreciate the clear-cut communication and the like straight to the point vibes of those interactions. A lot of those interactions anyways.
What to do? Never mind.
The enemy seems impenetrable to piercing.
But I also have a kind of an issue with the way that the queer community, specifically gay men, sort of categorize themselves with like almost like porn, like not almost like they describe themselves and they put themselves into boxes almost as if they're like porn categories. So, you know, I feel like it definitely adds to the feeling of like those interactions feeling very impersonal and like you're just fulfilling someone's like horny needs, you know? I like the tags and stuff on Grindr to quickly sort who's looking for what. I prefer uncut communication.
And now I don't have it in me to scan right now. Light doesn't seem to be effective.
That's a whole other thing with people being super weirdly into or against certain physical traits that people may or may not have is like really silly to me.
Oh, sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now. Oh, sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
But that's probably more of an American thing, because I've never, like, I mean, with European people, it's, I guess, more common for people to be uncut. So I guess there's not that many, like, I've never heard that sort of discourse of, like, if you'll prefer cut or uncut, or, I know that's not what you were just, like, making a little joke about that, but, I wasn't aware that was, like, such a big thing until I would see, like, those sorts of discussion on, like, podcasts and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, people are really, like, they have like, there's people who have like a very like big thing against like people with uncut that are uncut, or there are people who are like maybe too into people that are uncut. So it's like a whole thing where like sometimes it's either like a fetishized thing or it's like a, you know, like a hateful thing, I guess. Like, they can't just be normal about it. Like, they're either, like, they either fetishize it or they're like, no, I want nothing to do with that. Like, it's so interesting to me. People are weird about it, right? Yeah. That's what I've heard. I've never had that sort of interaction. But very sadly, I haven't really interacted with that many queer people in my life. You're probably gonna laugh, but the biggest amount of queer people I've interacted with was when I went to see Ariana Grande in concert. going to that concert was so funny because it was like, it was either like gay men in their 20s
I'm beyond ready.
and maybe early 30s, or teen girls. Like there was no in between.
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
Vegas, let me hear you scream. Girl, I'm not getting near that word on YouTube. I'm not getting anywhere near that word on YouTube, girl.
Impenetrable to piercing.
I'm not gonna risk it. I find the version different from mine fun, but it's just a little detail. Yeah, absolutely. Fair.
Doesn't seem to have any.
Yeah, all things considered, I think you get why. To me, it's still wild that like you can just get clipped out of context, automatically banned, and then automatically rejected. Like have your claim automatically rejected is wild to me. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna dwell on it, but like
End this one.
to me is
End this.
a wild thing.
The enemy seems impenetrable to piercing.
But y'all, that like in line when I got to that concert in line, there was this guy there that was so hot. This guy there was so hot.
I'm at full
Ice
power.
doesn't seem to have any effect.
I almost went to enjoy the concert like next to him or around him, but I was like, girl, no, you need to get like a good view of the show. Please.
The enemy seems impenetrable to piercing.
Shall I move to strike?
But it was a fun show. It was the Dangerous Woman tour, so it was fun. I mean, it was very intense because it was like maybe a couple weeks after the Manchester incident.
It doesn't seem to be effective.
And so I mean, to the point where we didn't even know if the concert was going to get canceled, right? But the concert went on, and it was like they had like very strict like security measures in place. Like they closed all the streets leading up to the venue. So we had to like our bus, because I went on at the time there was a company that would like basically travel from like the north of the country up to like where the concert was and pick up people at different spots. So you would reserve it, and then the bus would basically be waiting for everybody after the concert to go back home. So it was actually really neat that. But so the bus had to like park like not super far away, but like at a bus stop, not like not super close to the venue, right? So that was the first thing that we were like, oh shit, like we have to like walk there. But then they had like a couple
This will do the trick.
yeah, it was like everyone on that bus was attending the concert, so that was cool. But the way like this was in my like early 20s, so I was like very like I kept to myself a lot. And I like I was just sort of like shy and like anxious and just sort of like I was sort of around people but not really like in the group, sort of like within like, because I feel like people also had like their own like little friend groups and stuff like that, so I was just sort of like there, you know. I don't know if it would have been much different, to be fair, if I were to, you know, go nowadays, because I'm a very anxious person. Okay, I think I can only revive one person at a time. So that's interesting. Cunty little spider in a corner, please. But yeah, they had like a couple like security stops where like it was the first time I went to a concert that had like a metal detector and shit. Like it was intense. And I say it was the first time because when I went to see BTS, it was like a stadio show, and they definitely had metal detectors there as well. So I wonder if that incident at Ariana's show made it so that concert safety in general after that for a few years was like upped a notch, you know. But yeah, it was wild. Like you couldn't bring anything. They did a pat down. They did a yeah, that was the second stage. Yeah, they did a pat down and they did a metal detector. It was basically like airport security, I guess. And at the time I had never done that at a concert. So that was rather interesting. But the concert was great. It was also the concert I realized that I had very sensitive ears and that sound, like the sound of the things gets distorted in my ear. So I have to wear earplugs for concerts, and that's what I learned at that concert, that I needed to bring that I needed to bring earplugs, because I always just assumed, and this is such a silly thing, because the first couple concerts I went to, the sound would be like chipmunky in my ear, and so I just assumed, you know what it was? I assumed that it was I was like, ugh. Like it's the sound system, like in Portugal, sucks. Like they turn up the volume, and by turning up the volume, they distort. Like the sound gets distorted. And it wasn't until Ariana's concert where I think I saw one of the people from that was in line with me as we were getting out of the show, and I was here, and they were talking, and then I talked to them, and I was like, wait, my voice sounds distorted. That's weird. And that's when I was like, oh shit, I need earplugs. I was like, oh shit, it's a me thing. So, you know, you learn something new every day, right? And that's what I learned that day. Ain't that fun? I need to heal everybody.
I'll use this.
But yeah, I don't think they do that much anymore. I think there's places that do that for like maybe like big artists, or like they do that for festivals and stuff like that. But yeah, it was cool because you wouldn't have to, like, at least for me, a lot of the concerts here are in Lisbon, and so it's always like a train, or I mean, if I were to be fancy, an airplane. an airplane situation, or a bus, or a train. So it's always like a whole thing, right? But my problem is that the night thing, it's like, it's not like a lot of artists do like a matinee where like you know, they perform in the afternoon just in time for me to get like on a bus to go back home, sort of thing. So it's always a thing where like you either have to have a hotel, or an accommodation, right? So it's always like a thing. These shadows take so long for me to defeat them. Jesus Christ. You've never been to a concert you wanted to go to? Aw. You get disappointed with live versions not sounding like studio versions? Oh, interesting. I mean, honestly,
No effect on this enemy.
I've been to mostly pop concerts, so the live versions usually aren't like that dramatically different.
And now,
I mean, with K-pop, oftentimes they're either singing with a track, or they're singing, or they're like lip syncing, or they're singing alongside a track. So like, oftentimes the sound isn't like that different. But I mean, I love concerts. I really do. I always cry. I almost always cry at a concert.
we've already scanned this one.
Cause to me, it's like the last one I went to. It's not gonna be my last concert ever, but the latest one, I guess I'll say that, I went to was AT's, and I flew to Amsterdam to see them, and it was such a stressful it was such a stressful thing, and it was my first concert post lockdown. So me and Mama Ruby were masked up the whole time, and then it was like a whole thing, because Ticketmaster needs you to like be on their website to access the tickets, and you can't like screenshot the tickets because they're like, it's like a live thing, so it's like a whole thing. And then I lost access to the tickets for a second, and then I panicked and I accidentally locked myself out of my Ticketmaster account. So it was like a whole thing, and I was like, oh my god, am I gonna have to buy new tickets? Like, it was so stressful. So I cried so much in that concert. Like, in the first few songs, it was that realization of like, I'm here and I'm finally enjoying a concert. Because like, at that point, this was last year, by the way, I was like, when the pandemic hit, I was like, it was a good cry. It was a good cry, I promise. But it was like it was a relief. It was a cry of relief. And thankfully I was wearing a mask, so like people couldn't really see, like, you know, and also, you know, people aren't necessarily staring at you when they're at a concert. They're watching the performers. So yeah, I was just like crying because it was like, I was so happy to be there. I thought, you know, once the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, I guess I'm just never going to concerts again. So like, I was sad about that too. And so finally getting to be at a concert and like seeing artists that I've really enjoyed at the time for like a while, you know what I mean? So it was a lot. It was very overwhelming, but getting there and enjoying the concert itself was great. Do you get overstimulated? I think yes. But like, I don't know how to explain it. I feel like I would get more overstimulated when I used to go to like general admission, like the standing tickets, because there's like a lot of pushing and shoving and a lot of waiting in line and stuff like that. But the last few concerts I've went to was like reserved seats. Like I was like in the I was in the seating areas basically. So it was like, you get there, like you don't have to get there super early because your seat, like nobody's gonna take your seat away. You know what I mean? And it's seated, so you know, you get to sit down before the concert, and you have like your own little space to like sit down and, you know, collect yourself a little bit, and then, you know, when they go get changed and stuff like that, you can always go sit down again. So it was cool. It was, I mean, I really like concerts. I really just appreciate seeing, yeah, like standing. I can't imagine myself doing that again, to be honest. Like, yeah, I can't imagine like doing the front row. The closest I've gone to a front row situation was like, I had like maybe 2 or 3 people in front of me. Like it was and that's because it was at the Ariana concert. So I was in that run. You know how the stages have like a main stage and then they have some sort of a runway and then they have a second stage? I was sort of like at the runway sort of section where I would see her pretty close when she would like go down the runway, but I wasn't necessarily, I would see her from behind when she was at the closer stage, and I would see her from afar when she, not that far, but I would see her from afar, quote unquote, when she was at the like backstage. But that's exhilarating. I'm happy I've had that experience, and it was exhilarating. Like seeing an artist that you've seen in person and seeing them like that close is like a wild experience to me, because it's like, oh my god, they're real and they're here and they're in front of me, and oh my god, this is happening. Like it's so like exciting. And you see like, and there's no fan cam that gives off the same feeling as like seeing it in person, because you see like how shiny their outfits are, because they're meant to be like photographed and they're meant to be like seen from afar, right? So the outfits are so much sparklier than they seem in person, like from videos. Like the energy is also like that beginning of a concert when like everyone knows the concert is starting and that first song is like the wildest cheers and everyone's just like so excited and everyone's freaking out because they're like, oh shit, they're real, they're here. Like that, it's so good, it's so worth it. Like I spend so much money in my life going to concerts, but like there's literally never been a time where I was like I regretted it or anything, because it was always the best time. I need to pee really badly, so I'll be right back. Make sure to use this time to grab a snack, grab a drink, anything of the sort. And I will see you very, 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 very shortly. Ding dong. Oh yeah, you know it's a queer European stream when you hear a a Genesis cover, a Sega Genesis cover of of Venga Boy. This is a really good cover. I really like it. It's from Pete Frogs and Game Chops. Very, very good. But welcome back, y'all. I appreciate you being here. Did you know? Really, really appreciative of y'all being here. I don't know if I'm kind of scared of not doing Tartarus because I'm like, what if like I run out of time and I don't have enough time to get to the top of the tower or something. So I kind of want to go maybe up to the next checkpoint, mayhaps. That's what I'm sort of thinking. 'Cause we're still doing pretty fine. Besides like a couple people that needed healing, I think we're doing pretty great. So I think I'm gonna go like really until like there's like a two-way teleporter and everyone's in the trenches sort of thing, and then maybe I'll save it for another day. I'm really enjoying our conversations here. So Tartarus times are very good for yapping. So if y'all are into the yapping, we'll keep on doing that for sure. But yeah, one big thing, just to put a pin on the, I'm down to talk more about concerts and stuff like that, but to like continue that thing about the concerts, one big thing for me that I think also helps not get overstimulated is earplugs. And you may think like earplugs are gonna like make the experience not as good, because you're like, well, I'm there to listen to music, but I've gotten these really good earplugs that basically they just block out the extra noise, because when you go to a concert, the volume of the music is too loud. And then there's the people screaming and there's all that stuff. So the earplugs basically just block out the excessive noise and like the people screaming and stuff like that. So you really get to enjoy the concert properly, like you hear it the way that you would hear it in a video, I think, because I feel like a lot of modern like phones and even cameras have sort of a setting where like when the audio is too loud, they naturally decrease the gain so that it doesn't explode your ears when you watch a fan cam, like the old fan cams from back in the day. So yeah, the earplugs are huge because they block out people screaming. They block out the excessive noise from like the bass and like even like just the volume in general. So, and also saves you ear damage and a headache and all that stuff. So it's great. I recommend earplugs. I forget the brand of the ones that I use, but they're like, I just went on Amazon and I looked for like earplugs for concerts, and I just saw this brand that was like music specific things that like, people wear on stage like when they're playing shows and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, if I think this is pretty good. And I saw everyone had like left great reviews. I'm gonna have to buy new ones because the ones that I had like little things that you would plug into the plugs to basically give you differing levels of like. It was basically like the plug thing was like sort of like a silicone plasticky thing, but you would put in like these like, it wasn't like metal, but it was like these harder things in there. And depending on the level that you picked, it would block out more sound, right? And I in the last concert I went to, I was like, oh, this might be too little or something. So in mid concert, I was like changing the things, and then I just dropped a couple of them, and I never. When you drop something at a concert, especially like a tiny thing like this, like you're never gonna find it. So I was just like, okay, I'll just buy new ones whenever I go back to a concert, and I haven't had the opportunity to do so.
Sorry. I don't
So I mean, this was last year, so you know, maybe in the future I'll have more opportunities for concerts. But I love a concert. Earplugs save me at concerts. Yeah, I didn't know.
Sorry.
I didn't realize that my ears got damaged that easily, and that they would distort the audio in real time. So I had to learn that with Ariana's concert. I was like, ooh.
Sonata-senpai's been knocked down.
Because it made everything sound like a chipmunk. With like that ear damage made everything sound like a chipmunk. So that's great. So that's always fun when you go to a concert, you know, for everything to sound distorted. You shower with earplugs and a video, and you still hear the video. Yes, exactly. The earplugs just take away the excessive noise. So I super recommend. Especially if you're gonna be like front row. Like, those speakers will wreck your shit.
Where are you aiming?
Yurito-senpai, that was a beautiful dodge.
Try harder.
Yurito-senpai.
But do y'all have any? Okay, I'll ask this first. What was your first concert? If you've been to a concert, what was your first concert? What was your favorite concert? And then this is for everybody. What is a concert, or what is an artist that you would love to watch in concert? Because my immediate thing, like my first concert was Fifth Harmony. Any harmonizers in the chat? My first concert was Fifth Harmony. It was the 727 tour, so it was their last tour where all of them were still together. Well, it was their last tour as a 5, like before anyone left or anything of the sort. And that was my first concert, so I really went all out, and I got like VIP, and I got like I didn't do meet and greet because that was too expensive. I mean, I don't even know how much it would have been now, because I feel like concert expensive back then is not the same as concert expensive now, because I feel like now it's like things are truly too expensive. But so yeah, so I did the like sound check with Q&A, and I actually got to ask them a question. So that was cool. One of them cried because I asked them like to say something nice about the person, or something that they learned from the person sitting next to them. Because, you know, as a fan, I knew that, you know, there are rumors that things were pretty, you know, the girlies were not really girlying. Some of them weren't getting along and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, let me make them say nice things about each other. As like a little bonding session, I suppose. And so that was really cool. I don't know if I have a favorite concert, because I loved all of the concerts that I went to for different reasons. But I think my favorite experience was BTS's concert, because at the time I was like such a huge fan of them. Like I watched like all of their like variety shows. I watched every single interview. I watched all of, like, I was obsessed with them, right? And it was in France. So I got to go with Mama Ruby, who was also like a huge fan of them. She would like watch their like variety shows. I would find like translations in Portuguese for her and stuff like that. And so it was our first time together going to France. It was her first time going out of the country at all. And so the way that everything was sort of, the way that our travel arrangements that, you know, I made, it was so that, what am I trying to say? We had like a full day of like exploring, because our flight on our way back was like at like 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. or something like that. So we had like basically the whole day, the day after, to like explore Paris and to like sightsee and to just like walk around the city. And we got to see, we went to the because at the time as well, BTS had a pop-up store around the time they did the concerts as well. So we went to the pop-up shops, and we went to and the Eiffel Tower was pretty close to the pop-up shop as well. So we ended up going to the pop-up store, and then we went to like this park that overlooks the Eiffel Tower. And so it was like, for us, it was like so like iconic, especially my mom. She still talks about it. She was like, oh my god, like I got chills when I saw the Eiffel Tower and shit like that. So I think as an experience, like the concert was amazing. We were I think on I mean, there were so many floors because it was a stadium show. But I think we were like I think we were either on the second floor or we were between first and second floor or something like that. So we were like not super, super high up, but we were pretty high up. But the concert itself was great. We really loved it. But it was, I think, overall my favorite experience because we got to like have like a fun, a cute moment of us like exploring the city the next day. And it was like a super memorable thing for us. You know what I mean? B2K was your first. And your favorite was the Formation. Oh, bitch. The Formation tour? That's amazing. You got to see Queen Bee. That's amazing. And now you're not sure who you would really want to see perform currently. Yeah, as far as like who that's great. I don't know B2K, but I think are they like a boy group or something, like a boy band sort of situation? I feel like that name rings a bell, but I don't know them that. As far as like an artist I would love to see perform, I would love to see Chaperone. Like she's doing like an Europe tour, but the closest thing to me was like Paris, and I was like, I can't afford to do all that. So but yeah, I would love to see Chapo. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Iconic. Love a boy band sort of situation. And the girls were surprised I was gay. Wild. Right? Oh, that's funny.
Oh, sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
But yeah, I would love to see Chaperone. It would be really cool to see 17. Because they're really great performers. The sad thing about 17 though is that they're under hype, and there's like a big hype boycott that I'm participating in. So that's a pretty big hurdle. The second one is that they don't have any European dates scheduled, and also they're basically starting the military hiatus for people, because in South Korea there is like mandatory military time for men. So unfortunately that would mean that they're basically taking turns to go into the military. So it wouldn't be like every member live, you know? Unfortunately. This battle is kicking my ass. I don't know what's going on. They're pissing me off. I don't know who I want to see. When I look at live performances, the artist either drags a little or changes the genre to rock. Oh, really? I guess that doesn't happen a lot with the pop girlies. Yeah, I mean, Chapel is probably my biggest one. I think it would be cute to see Sabrina, because I got into her this year. So I think it would be really cute to see Sabrina, mayhaps.
And now,
I mean, Beyonce I would love to see live.
Shall I move to strike?
I mean, I would have loved to see the Renaissance tour. That looked so juicy to me, but I unfortunately, I mean, she didn't come any. I mean, I think the closest was like maybe France, but again, it was like I probably wouldn't have afforded that. Pretty sure. I don't even know if I could have gotten tickets that easily either. So it was just like a whole thing.
your attack power's been reduced.
Just wish Hype would get it together, like throw the entire apparatus away and start over. Oh my god. Yeah. Because it's like they have a lot of like questionable execs, especially in the US side of things, with like Scooter Braun being part of that mix, and yeah, it's like a whole thing. They have people, they somehow manage to get people that are involved in all sorts of like shitty things. Like Scooter Braun is in there like a big Zionist. One of their execs, there was like a whole like criminal case because of an alleged, I'm gonna say alleged because I don't want to get sued by anybody, but there was an alleged situation with a trainee where someone may or may not have overdosed and may or may not have died. Meeting a certain exec at a hotel room. I'm not gonna, you know, obviously you can fill in the blanks from there. Like weird creative people, or people like weird people within like the staff itself for like certain groups. Like it's just it's just like a
Sorry.
it's just a weirdo company at the moment, and it's, yeah, it sucks because like I really enjoy like a lot of the artists on there, but
Flashing won't work. Don't
yeah,
swords.
I don't appreciate
I
them.
don't have it in me to scan right now.
Girl, this is a fucking mess. These battles are so difficult now. What happened? What happened? Maybe I listen to chill music so they feel the need to spice it up for concerts. Oh, yeah, I guess. I didn't think of it that way, yeah.
Won't work. Don't bother with swords.
That sounds annoying. Oh, you know what I would love to see one day? I would love to see like a Final Fantasy orchestra tour situation,
I don't have it in me to scan right now.
like Distant Worlds and stuff like that, where they play music with like music from the Final Fantasy series with like a live orchestra. Like I would love to see something like that.
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
I think that would be so cunty.
Sorry. I don't have it in me to scan right now.
Eunice concert, yes. What can I do for you? You saw the Renaissance movie and it was so fun. I could not afford tickets to the actual show. Yeah, girl, those tickets were wild.
Sorry.
Those ticket prices were out of this world. Cuckoo bananas.
I don't have it in me to scan right now.
I actually do want to go see a Vocaloid concert just once to see what it's like. They had like a Vocaloid thing in the US, like Hatsune Miku, And everyone was saying it was garbage because like they were just like, because it wasn't like holograms. It just had like, it was like a 2D sort of like screen moment. Like they didn't do it properly, I guess, for this last like tour or something that they did. Not the cardboard cutouts. That's really funny. But no, it wasn't. I don't think it was cardboard cutout. That's really funny though. But yeah, apparently it was like really shitty. I forget if it was a tour or if it was like an isolated show or something like that. But I remember the stands were mad. And I mean, rightfully so.
One step at a time.
If I do say so myself. Yeah, I didn't get to see the Renaissance movie either. I'm waiting for her to put it on streaming or something of the sort. I don't like this. These bitches are doing the most. I don't like it here. Tartarus is kicking my ass. Like, this sudden increase in difficulty is wild. Like, it makes a lot of sense because we were like end game, but like, it's so difficult. But yeah, I guess I would love to see Beyonce, Chaperone, Sabrina would be cute. I would love to see another K-pop moment. I would love to see like 17. You know, I think I would love to see like one of those shows that they do where like they bring kind of like Music Bank or something like that, where they would like they bring a lot of artists and you get to see like a bunch of artists do like 2 or 3 songs each or something like that. I think that would be really cunty.
What to do?
There was one that I really wanted to go, but I think it was the same year of the AT's concert, so I was like, oh shit, I can't afford to do like 2 shows like that. It was in Madrid, I think, and they did and they had Shiny in there, they had AT's, but I think they were the only 2 groups I think that went to that thing, and I was like, ugh. I mean, I could see Shiny live, but it's just like 2 or 3 songs. I was like, I don't know. But then I sort of regretted not going. But at the same time, like, I already went to the AT's concert and I got to see that like fully, so I can't be mad about that. But yeah, I would love to see like something like that with like hopefully a lineup that I would be like super into, right? But yeah, I would love to go to a music festival as well that had like at least like one artist that I really enjoy, because I think that would be so cool. Because I've never been to like a festival before, so I think it would be really fun to do something of the sort. I'm trying to like, especially now that Mama Ruby is like she's like retired. I'm trying to go out of my way to like find like places for us to like eat at, or like there's like a little event, like maybe something locally, or like it's just stuff happening in Porto in general, right? For us to go to like a book fair, or for us to go to like a little thing. Yeah. Like try out a new restaurant or a new place and experiencing that with her, just to like, you know, be able to like, I do the navigating and stuff like that. And she sort of pays for the experience. So it's a nice 50-50. Like I do the navigation and take care of the trip and all of that stuff. I'm trying to see if there's like... Okay, there we go. I was like, I'm pretty sure I had a thing to heal fully. Ooh! Oh, thank you. Thank you, Jam. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to get to have these moments with her, you know? Now that she sort of has the time to just sort of like enjoy life and not have to work anymore, and you know what I mean? It's very nice. That's partially why I do, like, I mean, I would do 4 days a week anyways for streams, but like that's partially why I have the days sort of like this, so that we can do things like on Tuesdays if we want, or Wednesday or Thursdays or Saturday, you know what I mean? Like I kind of have the days sort of spaced out so we can like, and just for me as well, like if I need to do an appointment or something like that, I always have like 2 or 3 days that are sort of like dedicated to non-streaming things, you know? Girl, they're kicking my ass. These bitches are kicking my ass. You do 4 days a week, just part-time. Yeah, I mean, I think with the TISM, I find it difficult to do anything further than a part-time.
One step at a time.
And never mind anything that is like too stressful or anything of the sort. I'm non-diagnosed, just for full disclosure. So, you know, I don't have an official stamp. Yeah, exactly. I mean, unfortunately, a lot of autistic people don't have an official like stamp, because, you know, a lot of the times it's not super easy to get diagnosed to begin with. And there's also, you know, the part of it that's like, even getting there, like there's so many hurdles for us that it's like, ooh, I don't even know how to like go about it, and I don't even know how to do it and all that stuff. But yeah, so it's really hard for me to like hold a job and to hold like something like that, because most jobs aren't like neurodivergent friendly, right? Like a lot of it is like super stressful environments and rotating schedules and rotating days off and stuff like that. So it's really difficult to even get a sense of like, not even just comfort, but like, you know, like a sense of stability. Because I think people don't understand, like, because when I would be like, oh, I'm so tired, when people would be like, yeah, that's normal, but I'm like, no, you don't understand. Like, I feel like my soul has left my body and I have nothing else to give. Like, I have nothing else to give, and I need like to not do anything at all until my next shift. And that takes a toll on you, because then you don't have hobbies, you don't do anything else, because you're just like, when you're either working and giving it your all and still it not being enough, like, and still having people tell you to go faster and to be more efficient and to do all of it, but then when you're off, you're just sort of like empty inside, and you're just like you're just sort of recovering. And a lot of people don't get that. A lot of people don't understand that. Yeah, they want 120% out of you. You can only give 80%, and then they think you're like 40% lazy. Yeah, no, literally, yeah. Great, now we're one step closer to ending this. As we get closer to the top, I keep thinking about a lot of things. I wonder if this is how heroes feel right before the season finale. Maybe. In that sense, it's quite an experience, isn't it? I never expected my daydreams to become reality. You know, heroes aren't strong because they never lose. They're strong because they never give up. Oh. Hold on. That was wisdom right there. Heroes aren't strong because they never lose. They're strong because they never give up. That's a fucking juicy statement. I love that. That's what I think, at least. I can sense everyone's strengthened resolve as we head into the final battle. Yeah, I get it. Like, we're just giving these away very quickly. Okay, I get it. According to Fuka-san, there are still a lot of gatekeepers before we reach the top, but we'll make it for sure. Let's all keep doing our best. Girl, we are in the trenches.
Hey, that looks like a rare chest.
That was me in grad school, the times I just shut down. Yeah. It's hard to explain without it seeming like I'm just not cut out to work or something, or that I'm just lazy, because it sounds like, oh, I get too tired, but it's like a level of tired, like I know tired, and I know like just like zero energy left in me, and like zero want to do anything. So I just like exist, and I just sit and like in silence, and like people really don't understand that. And like, why would they? It's not an experience that they experience, you know? It's not something that they go through, so why would they understand, right? I think I'm gonna stop Tartarus for the day. Because everyone is in the trenches. And yeah. I mean, the only one... I mean, Aigis and Mitsuru are sort of fine. But I don't have like a proper healer. Like, Yukari is in the trenches as well. So like, we'll just come back another day. I think I'm just going to do some fusions maybe. And I think that will be it for Tartarus for this day. Yeah, the times you just shut down. I can't even imagine. You appear to be harboring a new potential. The personas you've acquired are resonating with one another, elevating you to greater heights. Oh yeah, because... Oh wait, what? Scarlet Havoc deals severe slash damage to all... Okay, work. I didn't realize I unlocked something. Ooh.
Registering. Will you register it to the completed registration? Is overwriting acceptable?
Oh. Yeah, sure.
I've completed registration.
I too. What kind of persona do you desire?
Oh, the highest stuff that I can get isn't that high.
It is a
Interesting.
special persona you desire, is it not?
Oh, these are interesting. Norn, Lachesis, and Atropos.
Well then, shall we take a look?
Can I make those? I don't see something. I do see Atropos.
This one is somewhat
Oh, she's cunty. Wait. Yeah, it was partly why I had to do the podcast less. In positive news, postdoctoral life is a vibe. Oh, I love that. And I'm going back to the purple site starting soon. Yes. I'm very excited. Um, that is very exciting, Jam. She doesn't have like the best stats. She doesn't have like the best abilities.
Are you satisfied with this?
But I mean, I could like get rid of maybe these two, mayhaps.
This one is somewhat beneath you.
It better be a vibe with all the work you've put into. No, literally.
This one is somewhat beneath you.
No, literally. It better be. It better be everything that you deserve. Okay, this one isn't that great. Can I make other stuff? What about Alice? Oh, Lilim is the only one that I'm missing. Can I make Lilim?
Persona do you desire?
Oh, wait. Oh, I was looking at it wrong, I think. Wait, no. Can I not make Lilim?
Seeing what
How the fuck do I make Lilim?
all the elements you need?
Lilim is like level 8. How did I miss it? Oh no. Can I make Byakuo?
All of this. What kind of persona do you desire?
Girl, I can't make anything.
Have you all the elements you need?
Girl, all of these special summons are kicking my ass.
Which will you? What kind of persona?
Yeah, I'm glad that you get
do
to
you
like
desire?
actually have the time to like do what you want and stuff like that, because I can't imagine
Persona, yes?
the process. Oh, the Hell Biker is so cunty too. Oh, I don't like that. But I mean, I can easily get rid of these two. I don't know how I would benefit from that.
Are you
So there's that. Oh, Thor is cunty as well. I love their interpretations of like these like mythological creatures and stuff like that. Oh, I'm making Thor.
Please choose what skills to inherit.
You're gonna be inheriting lowers all foes' attacks and counters. No, you already get high counter. Nullifies stat buffs for all foes.
It will receive an
The corresponding social link is at level 10. Without a doubt, this persona will receive a tremendous amount of power. Yes, it's very much acceptable. Yeah, the pink bike is so fucking fierce. I am Thor, god of thunder. By the might of my iron hammer, I shall send your enemies to their graves. Love that. Seems yes. She's blessed, your honor. Blessed and highly favored. Loki? That's funny.
Is this acceptable?
Cunty. Ooh. Heavy fire damage, heavy ice damage, heavy electric damage, heavy wind damage, heavy almighty damage. Damn. Loki is fucking fierce. I mean, I don't want to get rid of Thor, though. I just got Thor. I don't want to get rid of Thor. That's like my only hang up. I'm like, wait a minute. I just got you, though. Barong. Heavy lightning. Yeah, I don't really need that because I just got Thor. Callie.
Satisfied with this?
I guess this is fine. I don't want to get rid of Thor. Gabriel.
Beneath you.
Light attack that reduces HP of one foe by 50%. That's kind of cunty. Kumbanda.
Are you satisfied with this?
Heavy wind damage would be rather fierce. Daisoju.
Beneath you.
Yeah, I don't like this one.
This one is somewhat beneath you.
Interesting. There's some really interesting combinations, I guess, that I could make here. I mean, Loki is really good.
Is this acceptable?
I don't really want to get rid of Thor, but I think I might. Because Loki is so juicy. I'm going to do it. I can always, I guess, buy him back. Heavy electric to all. Oh shit, there's a lot of good shit that I can do. Thor has enough fans. I'm gonna do high counter. I'm gonna do nullify stat buffs for all foes. Nullify stat debuffs for all allies. And maybe the gigantic fist.
It will receive an immense.
So it begins.
Oh, Loki is so cunty. The heals and everything. Love that. I am Loki. With our powers combined, we can put an end to everything. Love this. So cunty. Heavy almighty damage to all. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the gigantic fist. Immediately. Single target boost. Increases the power of attacks that target one foe. That's all of my attacks. Okay, I'm getting rid of high counter, I guess. Soul shift. When shifting to an ally, the ally recovers 5. I don't want that, actually. Okay, work. Loki is fucking fierce. A skill seems to be on the verge of changing. No. Prevent. I don't want it to change. It's already good enough. Who are you? You're Lunger.
This persona is powerful.
Oh, it's like a rainbow snake. That's gay. Huh. What an interesting... It's a pride snake.
This persona, yes?
Lilith. Lilith is very interesting. It's heavy damage of different kinds to all foes. That's interesting.
Are you satisfied with this? Are
Chernobog.
you satisfied with this?
Oh, this one's kind of cunty too.
This one is somewhat beneath you. This one is somewhat beneath you.
I love seeing all the different like things that we could make. That's cool. And I can make Thor with Loki. So like, why would I want to do that?
Have you
That's funny.
all the elements you need?
I really don't. Like, I must have missed so many of them. because these are so difficult to make.
Choose
Um,
personas. Well then.
I think I'm gonna. No, I think I'm just gonna go forth with these. I can always get new personas, I guess,
We look
as I see them in Tartarus. You know what I mean? And I can always fuse them if I don't like them, because I think I just opened up quite a few slots in my, not my inventory, but my persona. I mean, only a couple slots, I guess, but that's fine. But that's great. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Fire, ice, electricity. Yeah, you'll go here. Okay, perfect. Level 74. That's a great level. Everyone else is not that high leveled. I've been so productive this stream. Prepped outfits for the work week. Oh, I love that. I'm glad. I mean, I saw Jam also earlier said that they went into Lurk to finish what they were doing. So I'm glad that the stream is like, you know, sort of a co-working sort of moment as well, in a productive moment. You must have some sort of requests, right? I've done a total of 35 Persona fusions. Iconic. I don't know if I'll get to 50. I don't know about that. But yeah, I'm gonna leave Tartarus for the day, and we still have a bit of stream left. So I think we'll be doing maybe 1 or 2 in-game days, and then we'll do more Tartarus next time for sure. Cause we gotta get to the top of the tower before the end of the month. So we gotta get our shit together. It's also winter break in game, so there's not too much to do, I think. It's Sunday. Mamoru wants to hang out. Akinari wants to hang out. Maya wants to hang out, but I certainly don't want to hang out with her. We're gonna be hanging out with Akinari, because I'm pretty sure that S-Link, yeah, we're very close to getting Akinari's social link all the way up, so let's do it. Ooh, fun times. Hello. Ah, it's you. Would you like to talk for a bit? You can sit here as usual. Let's do it. The winter music is so sad. Thank you. Today is actually a special day.
So, I'd like you to celebrate with me. As of today, I am a free individual.
Wait, what does that mean? Free from what?
From the hospital. They were going to put me under care, but now I don't have to do it.
Oh, work.
I guess my body is too weak to undergo surgery. So I've opted out of examinations and medication.
Oh? So you're just not getting more examinations and medication?
I'm done with the hospital.
Oh.
Now, I'm just waiting for the end.
Oh, shit. Well, so much for fun times.
But I don't feel like I'm being singled out anymore. Everyone is waiting to die all the same. Some just have longer to wait than others.
Damn. I mean, I wouldn't say everyone is waiting to die, but I guess a lot of people just live passively, I suppose. So in a way they just sort of go through the motions. That's very sad.
But once the time comes, it's the same for all of us.
Yeah, like he's probably, I mean, this is just assuming, right? But he's probably in that sort of position where like you either undergo treatments and it's going to be very damaging to you and your body and stuff like that, and there's a big chance it won't work, or you just stop and then you'll just slowly meet your end. And I mean, I can imagine having to sort of make that choice, right, as a person, to be like, oh shit, you know? I mean, it's very similar, not at all, but it's sort of similar, I guess, to sort of our protagonist's choice, right? Either delaying death, but it will happen, but you won't remember it, so you'll die happy, or you face it and you try to maybe change your destiny, even though you'll probably die anyways. You know what I mean? I know it's very different, but yeah.
I'm still a little lonely, but I've moved past the sadness.
Yeah, it seems like he's reached that point in his journey where he's like accepted his fate, you know?
Could I get a better look at you? I want to remember your face.
And that must be such a difficult thing to accept. Like, I can't even imagine like accepting that that's it. I mean you really don't have much of a choice, right? Like, you either just accept it and you face it head on, or you just sort of like are combative about it until the end. But I can't even imagine. Kamiki's smile is tinged with sadness. I feel like our relationship is stronger now. Damn. This is a very heavy storyline.
A little bit tired today.
I think it's one of the more grounded ones too. I think I've had a couple people tell me that this is their favorite S-Link. And I can definitely see why. Like, it's such a like grounded, like very real storyline. It doesn't feel too too like one-dimensional, you know? It seems like this character is really going through various emotions of like starting more negative and like, you know, whatever, I'm gonna die anyway, so it's not like I'll see you again, to like wanting to see us more often and wanting to hang out with us and looking forward to hanging out with us and sharing with us his trials and tribulations. Like, it's cool to see that progression. Hopefully it will have like a good ending to it, you know? But yeah.
The story is almost done, so I'll show it to you soon.
Oh my god, there's something kind of chilling about like the story that he's writing literally is almost done, and also like his story as in his life is almost done. Like, there's like kind of like an interesting parallel there, you know? I really hope, like, you know, because we've had a couple storylines where like the person moves away, so I hope this isn't like a story where he moves away, if that makes sense.
I'll come see you again.
I parted ways with Kamiki and headed back to the dorm. Wow, like if y'all were to watch my first interaction with this character and now, it's like two different interactions altogether. At first I was like, what the hell? And him being very like, yeah, I'm probably gonna die anyway, so it's not like I'll see you again, whatever. Like, he was very like off-putting. I was like, oh, what? But then like I had I think it was Cash, I think, saying like, oh, I loved Kamiki's storyline. I was like, really? And so it made me want to check it out further, and I'm glad I did. Oh, hello. Hi, Ken. The wait is over. Walduck Burger is upon us. Hey, Junps. Have you seen what that cult did? It's a total mess out there. How sick in the head do you gotta be to pull off a stunt like that? Oh, I think he means like all the posters and stuff laying around. Can I put my taiyaki in the fridge? Is it time? It's only on the 9th. I forget every time. I forget every time. Oh, the girlies are girling. Oh, the girls are girling. Except Fuka. Where's Fuka?
Salut.
It's been 3 days now. At least the pressure of making the decision itself has lifted, but to be honest, I'm still not completely sure that we made the right choice. I'm sure such feelings are inevitable. It's human nature to wonder about the choice that was not chosen.
Yes.
That's true. People are always asking themselves, what if? Well, I guess we'll always wonder then. But this is the choice we made, so let's do all we can with it so that we don't regret it. Yes.
I think
I will stand beside you until the very end. Even though I only have this 1 month to spend with you, I will have no regrets. Oh, don't talk like that, Aegis. Let her say her piece, Yukari. After all, the chances that we manage to defeat Nyx are slim. Indeed, that may be true, but there is still a possibility that we will win. So, we must spend our time wisely this month and attempt to better our odds. That's scary.
hey, so
Things are getting out of hand in the city. Before you could see the lost here and there, but now they're everywhere. Many people have been affected by Nyx. I fear it may get even worse as we get closer to the day of Nyx's arrival. It's astonishing that Nyx can affect an entire city like this. It just goes to show how strong it is. But we're the only ones who can do something about it, so we have to fight no matter what. Now they have dialogue for days. Now they have a lot to say. That's very interesting. Where's Fuka? Was she on the first floor? I guess she must have been. Oh yeah, she is. I'm kind of torn. I'm like, wait, do I want to go to... Actually, I should go to like the weapons store and stuff like that. I should go to the... I guess that would be the police station. Because I want to check if like there's any armor, if there's anything I could buy to like, you know, increase my chances at success. Salvation, huh? Honestly, I don't think it will happen, but if it does, that would solve a lot of problems. Deliverance is coming soon. Did you know that? The absolute will is coming from the sky to save us. You too should join us. Cleanse your impure mind and wait for the time to come. Oh god. This is definitely the work of the Strega. Absolutely not. Those posters and paintings, I used to be a little into that. But between you and me, I only did it because everyone else was. At the time, I was so pumped. I thought I was doing something right. But now I can look back on it and realize how dumb I was. Work. Wannabe follower woman. They say that the end will come soon, but I can't imagine what it will look like. If it was going to be like a big earthquake or a tsunami, I'd be scared. But if you believe, you'll be saved, right? I don't know. I don't know if that's how that works, but we'll make sure. We'll make sure to do it. The look on your face tells me you're ready to finish off one last job. No matter what you're up against, I have faith you can pull this off. Spare no preparation, make sure you come back alive.
Well, look, I got some stuff you might find useful.
Oh, damn. This is so expensive. This is so expensive. Oh, wait. I have to sell stuff.
You finished? Be seeing you.
No. Oh, my God. I'm back. Sorry. That was just a prank. Haha.
Good to see you. What do you got? All right, I'll take that.
Okay, now I have a little more money.
What are you looking for?
Okay, new weapon for Juicy. A new weapon for Yukari.
I got some stuff you might find
New
useful.
weapon for
It's
Jumps.
all yours.
I can't afford anything else for anyone else. Someone had a weapon called Illuminati. Work.
All done here? Be seeing you.
Okay, I need to go to Tartarus again and like get money. I need to choose the money card more often. That's for damn sure. I think what I'm gonna do, and I know it sounds so excessive, but next time I stream this, I will be going to Tartarus again because I want to do it as quickly as possible. I don't want to miss it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save here. Actually, I'm gonna go to Tartarus again so that I don't forget to do it next time. So I'm gonna go to Tartarus, save there, and end the stream there, so that I don't forget to do so. I'm gonna put my team together. So it'll be Yukari, Junpei, and Koromaru. They're my like weakest right now, so I definitely wanna have them level up a bit next time. Or maybe I should have like a stronger one and a weaker one so that, yeah, that's probably a good idea. So let me bring Akihiko and Junpei. And then I'll bring like, and then once they're sort of like in the trenches, I'll replace them with like 2 other girlies or something like that. But yeah, y'all, this is exciting. This is like the last stretch of, oh, and I fully saved over... Oh, no, I didn't. No, okay. I need to not do that. I need to not forget to not save over that because I want to see the other ending. If I do that, it doesn't matter. I'll just go on YouTube and see it. It's fine. But anyways, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. I know today was slightly shorter because I did start the stream slightly later. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had a good time. I think on Sunday I might change things up a little bit and do something else, just so that it's not just Persona 3 Reload all the time. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll see you then for whatever I end up doing. So yeah, if you enjoyed this stream, don't forget to click the like button. I think it helps out the channel, so you know, do it. And yeah, if you want to see more videos and streams and stuff, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified when I stream, when I post something on here. And while you're down there in the video player, check out the description. You can watch other Persona streams. There's VODs from previous streams on there. There's like a full-blown playlist. There's links to my socials, so if you want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram or anything of the sort, those 2 are where I'm more active, like Twitter, Instagram, and then here, YouTube. So you can follow me on those. You can follow me on whatever platforms you wish to. And yeah, I'm glad y'all had fun. I'm glad y'all had a good time. I appreciate you being here. And yeah, I'll be back on Sunday. I'm not sure what I'll be doing on Sunday. Probably some like one-off activity. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but I'll figure something out, whether it's like a demo stream or something like that. I'm not sure what, but yeah, have a good one. Have a lovely rest of your day. Have a wonderful start to your weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday. Bye. Ooh. Bye bye.